Howdy, y'all. See this beautiful unclaimed land? It all be yours, assuming you ain't Catholic. This here is the plentiful land of Georgia, where we grow rice and indigo all year long. A mild climate is perfect for growing all our crops, even when the snow in them upper colonies is falling. Breaking news. Our founder, James Oglethorpe, has returned to England following his deteriorating condition in the colonies. This movement has led to one of the most momentous and impactful changes in Georgia's 19-year history. The outlaw on slavery has been revoked. It will be officially revoked in January of 1751. It appears that the trustees who run us from England do not seem to care if we expand our plantations with slaves anymore. Profits are expected to soar as plantation owners from South Carolina are expected to emigrate into Georgia to expand their plantations. You heard the man. Come on over to Georgia and you surely make profit on every acre of land this here colony's got to offer. So while I was editing the other video, I kind of realized that most of my information was just not in it. I ended up having to cut a few paragraphs and was so nervous that I omitted a few lines, so I figured I'd give some of that information to you now. So the main thing I missed out on saying was why the colony was founded. It was founded in 1733 by James Oglethorpe and a group of trustees who ran it from London. And it was made to protect the colonies from the Spanish in Florida. They were a really big threat because they had a policy where any slaves that helped them, that basically just revolted and helped the Spanish win, would be granted freedom. And considering every colony had slaves, that was a really big problem. This is the main reason why Georgia didn't have slaves until Oglethorpe left, was because, they would just help the Spanish invade, and Georgia was made to stop that. Slavery ended up being no longer outlawed in Georgia after Oglethorpe left because he got super sick from the climate. And the main reason was because the Spanish weren't really a threat of invading anymore after 1742, when they had invaded in the Battle of Bloody Marsh, which was called that because there was supposedly so much Spanish blood spilt at the battle that it dyed the whole marsh red. And so, in short, British totally crushed the Spanish, and they weren't really gonna invade anymore. The main thing that the slavery outlaws revoking ended up doing was allowing plantations in Georgia. Plantations weren't really something that could be made because there just wasn't enough people that wanted to work on them. But once slavery was allowed, South Carolinian plantation owners ended up just expanding into Georgia's soil, which was fertile. They just weren't really doing much with it because they couldn't have slaves. After this, Georgia went from basically just a barrier to the other colonies to a pretty prosperous economy. It wasn't great because it kind of started pretty late, but it grew fairly quickly because Georgia does have a good climate and fertile soil. So, gag reel time. This beautiful unclaimed land. This here's the beautiful land of Georgia. I forgot my lines again. Here's the beautiful land of Georgia, where this here's the plentiful land of Georgia. And I forgot my lines again. Breaking news. Our founder, James Oglethorpe, has returned to England following his deteriorating condition in the colonies. This movement has resulted in one of the most momentous and impactful changes in Georgia history. Deteriorating condition in the colonies. This movement has resulted in one of the most impactful and momentous changes in... So, the colony was... Wow, already missed. Win battles. And... Oh wow, I didn't actually explain anything.